Me sitting here looking at your face, I'm utterly disgusted. Was it consensual? Was it not? Did you rape that woman? Did you put something in her drink? And damn it, you gonna answer, and you gonna answer me. Promise you that.
So yesterday was the 1st of July. Now, I don't know if that means anything for you guys, but it means a lot to me. That meant that the Dalton Township meeting, the regular meeting, they went live for the business. You know, Tiffany Henyard actually showed up. There was some word in the air that she may not be showing up, but she showed up all right. Now, this was a lot more tame, but there are a lot of things to unpack. Jedediah was there. He had a few things to say to her. Turned out having the entire crowd take part in a little activity. We're going to get into that later. The fire department personnel come out. They had to air out their grievances as well. There were a few key people who came out to this meeting, as well as Henyard going back and forth with trustees. And it gets really hot toward the end. So we're going to go through the most notable moments of this meeting. And I mean, folks, whatever time it is, grab the liquor, grab the popcorn, get your breakfast, get the tea. If you're in the UK, you know, grab the tea or whatever. Shit's about to get real. Let's go check this thing out.
Good evening. My name is Adam Fari. I'm the president of Dalton Fire Local 3766. I'm here today with fellow members of 3766 looking for answers. Since January of 2020, the village has chose not to settle a contract and refused to bargain with us. They have ignored all requests to reach an agreement and resolve the current situation going on within the fire department. After endorsing Mayor Henyard in 2021, she proceeded to replace our full-time deputy chief with a part-time deputy chief who contributed to her campaign fund. This is where the problems began. Local 3766 filed and won the grievance on a clear violation of our contract. What followed was a dysfunctional negotiation process, which leads us to inform the residents that we've been serving the village without a contract for 5 years. Currently, the village still refuses to negotiate.
They've been serving Dalton without a contract for 5 years. Now, I don't know if she inherited this problem, but she damn sure is not fixing this problem. That is insanity. How the can you even function without being paid by the city, bro? The level of dysfunction in the city, it feels as though it's like failing, like to the point where, you know, everybody moves away and it dies type shit. You know, I know it's not that serious, but it could really get that way if Henyard were to prolong her stay in this position. It's actually crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's actually crazy. And I will point out, these gentlemen look quite fucking pissed. I mean, all of them look like if their eyes could do the talking, they would be chewing her face off, probably punching her in the circle. If looks could kill. But let's continue.
Making progress extremely difficult and if not impossible. The second issue is our 457 accounts, which have been in litigation since 2022. This account is set up for individuals to invest their own money into a retirement fund. The money is withdrawn from the members' paychecks and is supposed to be sent to nationwide. The village does not follow these steps and has no accountability of where the money is or if they've spent it. Once this was discovered, the administration was informed via email by the previous union president that these missing deposits can be considered theft of wages. They reacted by placing him on an administrative leave for inappropriate emails. To this date, we are still 9 to 10 deposits short. This shows lack of accountability and is an act of gross negligence. The third issue, health insurance. Health insurance is covered under the collective bargaining agreement, Article 14. The members of the fire department have run into several problems with our premiums not being met. This has led members and families' claims being denied, but also being sent to collections. This has been brought up to the village numerous times. All requests to date have been ignored. A grievance was filed and escalated to step 4. The fourth issue is our union dues. Per our collective bargaining agreement, Article 3, dues checks, the village is responsible for contributing union dues. We were missing 11 checks since 2023, $12,610. We received 3 unspecified checks. This can also be looked at as theft of wages. Keith Freeman's response to the step 3 process was, this is an issue on the trustees that they do not vote for the bills at from the warrant list at the board meetings. The newest issue is work comp. In the past, we've had multiple issues with work comp to where members have been hurt on the line.
It's everything, bro. It's everything. It's work comp. It's the retirement fund people. it's paid time off. What is going on? So nothing works, right? Nothing works. And I will point out another thing. If you notice, the chief got replaced for bitch ass, stupid face, baldy Lacey, Lieutenant Lacey, Chief Lacey, whatever the fuck Lacey, right? Then the fire chief gets replaced for a part-time chief who is in Henyard's back pocket. Do you notice how everybody around Henyard? And then the code inspector, he has a crazy ass past. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not qualified. Okay, that's 3 people so far. There's probably a lot more. So you notice all the people that surround Henyard are straight bullshit, right? But the only thing they have in common is that Henyard likes them. That's the one thing. So it doesn't matter about your position. It doesn't matter about the chaos that you'll cause throughout all these different high power positions. As long as she likes you, you're in there. You're in there. Come on now. We're in there. If I'm in there, you're in there. You could not know dick about politics, but pull up. We're going to figure this out together. That's a wild way to go.
Of duty, and their claims have not been filed properly, which led to multiple members being sent to collections. I know that the police department is dealing with similar issues. So my question is, do we have workman's comp insurance? The Dalton Fire Department is here to serve and protect the residents of the village of Dalton, and we do this with pride. We will continue to serve despite the fact our health insurance is not being paid, our retirement funds are being taken from us, and workers' compensation claims are not being handled properly. These are serious issues, and they need to be addressed and fixed immediately.
And I will say after that, they just dip. They walk the fuck out. They're not feeling none of that shit. After that, the crew is like, Power Rangers assemble. We're out this bitch, They all storm out. All 12 of them. All 13 of them. It was a bunch of them. Big firefighter, angry dudes. I mean, pay the guys, bro. These guys are running into fire. Come on now. All right, so moving on. Remember that one time that lady, she said that Henyard was so illiterate she has no idea how her daughter speaks well?
Good evening, most everyone. Let me start. I've had an epiphany, and I wanted to apologize for a comment I made at the Thornton Township meeting that there was no disrespect to her daughter intended. However, I understand things can be misconstrued, misinterpreted. So I wanted to just set the record straight. It was a total compliment. It wasn't a diss, but I do apologize if it was taken that way. Tiffany, I didn't intend for it to be any kind of diss. The diss was directly toward you. So I just wanted to make that clear and apologize for anyone that misconstrued my intention. Having said that, Tiffany, why do you not care about other people's children? Long live Alexis Wilson. You never made a comment that was, with regard to the family and what they were going through. That in and of itself is a travesty. I mean, as a mayor, someone in your position to not even acknowledge such an egregious act from your department at the time. So I don't understand why there's such a distinction on caring about children. Then, also the, excuse me. Okay. Also the park district, to find the park district because they're trying to beautify the parks and make them safe for the children. What's the point or purpose in that? Who doesn't like a nice park? Who doesn't want to take their children to a nice, safe park with mulch? To give them fines like that, for your political agenda is just not right. It doesn't benefit the residents. It's not a good look. And I don't understand, why you continue to try to paint the park district in a bad light. You had a video, you were live after an event. I'm not even sure what your intention was, but it seems like it was to show the park district in a bad light. It looked like it was staged. There were bottles and just things left behind, which, I don't know the authenticity of that video. It looked staged, honestly, because I do think that the park district commissioner, really puts a lot into making sure that the parks stay up to par.
So basically, she kind of disses Henyard again. She was like, just to be sure, to be clear, your daughter's beautiful. I wasn't trying to be mean. I don't like you. I like how she didn't really go back on her insult. She just wanted to make sure that Henyard understood that it was nothing to do with her daughter. Her daughter was just an avenue to diss Henyard. But, you know, I don't know what she meant by that. But anyways, she did create some good points. Henyard did find the park district for putting down mulch on the park. I remember that was like last week. And she said they did it without a license or something, and she fined them for putting fresh mulch down. I mean, certain things like that, people will look at you. You know, I don't care if it's against the rules or with the people, the court of public opinion will look at that and be like, fuck her. Just saying. I don't know why she makes moves like that. And another thing, the Alexis Wilson situation, that was somebody who got killed by the police of Dalton, and Henyard didn't even really make any statement, nothing like that. So that's what they're talking about with the whole Alexis Wilson. Throughout the meeting, there was some shirts on. The mother spoke throughout the meeting and all of that. And it's just things add up, bro. Things pile up, and it just makes you look like, not even as a politician, it just makes Henyard look like a bad person. Like, how's the mayor, you know, it's your police force who did this. How's the mayor not, you know, say something? But anyways, let's continue. All right, so I did want to quickly point out this little weasel right here. Just such a man, bullied in high school. That's all I can say. But anyways, I want to point out this little weasel real quick, because I think Henyard honestly pays him to speak each time, because I swear to God, he is on her lap, sucking on a teat half the time, just praising this woman and all the beautiful things she's done, when clearly you need to get a stronger prescription glasses or something, because you're not seeing shit right. I'm just going to give you a little snippet where I just want you guys to hear this man speak, and it's like so obvious that you're getting some type of benefit out of Henyard.
Good evening. I just wanted to say,
Okay, guys, you have to keep order. Everybody was quiet when everybody
I listened to
spoke.
what everybody else had to say. I want to say that
They told his ass go home. Shit, I'm right along with him. Take your little round ass home, bro. Nobody want to see you. You're a fucking moron. You have no morals, and you're attached. Like, you're like a little dog. You follow Henyard wherever she goes, sniffing asses everywhere, just sniffing ass. You know the fucking term brown nose? That's him. He created that term.
Proud of what I see going on here in the village of Dalton. When you look at the cleanliness of your community, and I wish that our side can look like that as well. I want to say that you guys got to continue to work together. That's the only how you're going to get things accomplished and done, is working together. Again, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for what you are doing in Dalton and in Thornton Township. We do appreciate that. And that's what I wanted to say. When you talk about monies that's coming back to the south suburbs, talking about $1 million, $500,000. And you were one of the two mayors. Hazel Crest Mayor brought back money to his community. Dalton brought back money to their community. Rich Township brought money back, and we have money in Thornton Township. So those leaders ought to be commended, because we haven't seen that amount of money come to the south suburbs in years. So again,
and at the same time, you owe so many bills, but we could pay them. The trustees just refuse to pay them because they want to make me look bad. One thing I will say, I think they do have the money, but they don't know where the money's going. So she wants to pay them so she could pull some money out at the same time. You see the dilemma here. It's like, it's in the account, let us pay them. But where the fuck is all this money going? You're going to put us in debt. Don't worry about it. Let us pay them. So I can kind of just, scrape and pull and peel and scrape and buy my man a new BMW and, buy Lacey a new car and keep everybody nice and happy. Anyways, I just want to keep it. And he doesn't even get nothing. He probably gets a few $100s to be a bitch, to be her bitch, I'm telling you, he probably gets like free food at certain places or some shit. He gets the least of everybody, and he still does it with a smile on his face. Even Keith Price gets paid more in whatever he gets paid in than this fucking clown. But let's move forward. Okay, so we had a public statement. I want to do one more person, Mr. Jedediah, because he had the crowd kind of do something, and I'm gonna jump in the middle of what he had to say. I just want to point out what he did toward the end, and it's just so funny.
You came to handle the people's business dressed as Nino Brown, a movie crime boss, and in turn gained the attention of the media in a way Dalton never deserved. Instead of highlighting the historic achievement that God gave you, you literally are going to, and to be the beacon of hope, especially to Black women and Black girls. This administration has been nothing short of an example of everything not to do. And you have hijacked the constituents' procession to progress. In our investigation of the INA, and this is my Lori-like report, our findings are becoming more clear as the days progress. We find this administration to be self-serving, like the $1.2 million Just Ice rink, and not the gym of a fountain, or not repairing the gym of a fountain at the heart of the village, and you did it without board approval. Enriching through charities and real estate ventures and kickbacks, negligent at the continuous hiring of unqualified henchmen that are weaponized in government at your beck and call, complicit, not pressing your department to solve vital cases, and your political allies to address allegations as egregious, even as sexual assault. You have lost the confidence of your residents.
Your 3 minutes are
I
up.
just residents that are in agreement to stand and give this mayor your back.
3 minutes are up. Your 3 minutes are up. Y'all do everything for clickbait.
He tells everybody to stand up in solidarity and show this mayor your back, and everybody does it. I didn't expect everybody to do it. That shit was so automatic. Everybody stands up and turns the fuck around, and it lasted for like a good minute. You see Miss Security Guard kind of pulling them like, all right, man, all right, come on now.
Your 3 minutes are up. Y'all do everything for clickbait. All right, anybody else? Who else?
Yeah, so that was public comment. Everybody turns their back on her stupid ass. And I mean, come on, boy. She feeling the heat. She's feeling the pressure. But anyways, let's move on to the business. Let's get down to the mayor report, see what's going on in there, you know? Since she's always taking care of shit and everything's, you know, under control under Miss Tiffany Henyard. Let's see what the village has been up to.
Update on the status. And we know the last meeting was less than pleasurable based on the request. So we do have an update, or I have a update email that was received from the investigation on former Mayor Lightfoot. Has emailed a response that I want to read into record, so that way hopefully this will be.
I just find it fucking hilarious that he's about to read the update on the investigation to Tiffany Henyard in front of Tiffany Henyard. That shit is just so good. And he does it all respectfully and calmly and precisely, but you know he's being a dick. For sure. I mean, for 1,000%. I mean, it's all about transparency. Listen, the trustees may have higher ambitions. Maybe he wants to be mayor. Maybe he wants to. And so he's positioning himself. I see Mr. House all the time, you know, over there keeping this cool, not acting too crazy, trying to, you know. I see the moves being made, and I'm not mad at it, but it must be crazy having the investigation about you be read in front of you. Like, well, damn. But let's hear what Miss Lori Lightfoot had to say about the investigation so far.
Much more peaceful. So her statement: we are making consistent progress in addressing the questions the board has asked us to address in its resolution. We have conducted a number of witness interviews, many of which have been very informative and have led to the discovery of other relevant evidence. We have reviewed many lawsuits filed. We have reviewed historic village legislative action, and we have issued scores of FOIA requests to the village of Dalton and elsewhere. As a result of this work, a picture is emerging of the village's finances, the way in which the current executive administration operates, many issues with the police department regarding staffing and operations, and overall how the village form of government does or does not comply with state law, its own ordinances, and long-standing norms regarding the village government. Not surprisingly, There have been obstacles. Chief among them is the village continues to ignore its obligations under FOIA. There is seemingly no identifiable FOIA officer as mandated by state law. Instead,
Okay, and you know they're going to do that. I'm pretty sure they have a FOIA officer or somebody who takes care of FOIA on their staff, but they're not going to be helpful. So what they're saying is they're getting a picture, but they're sending out FOIA requests probably for particular things, maybe a Vegas trip, maybe an ice rink, maybe bales of concrete, how much it really cost and how much was spent on it. They want FOIA requests for everything. But the good thing about this is you don't provide it, they'll force you to provide it. If you doctor it, they'll know if you doctored it. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't give it to them, if you don't have anything to give to them, you're still in trouble. So it's kind of like, show us the paperwork, or we're just going to assume off of you withholding it or not having it that you're guilty. Shit's going to have to start being passed on, I'm telling you. But this is why we're taking so long. They're stalling the process as much as they can. They're requesting documents. They're not getting any officer. They're not getting any response back. Small things. Listen, they are panicking.
the few communications, if any, are with any anonymous person who refuses to be identified themselves, again, a violation of state law among many issues. This non-compliance with FOIA was expected, and we have a plan to address this and any continuing compliance issues. And while many witnesses have been generous in their willingness to be interviewed, the village mayor's failure to cooperate has a chilling effect on the current employees' willingness to speak or otherwise cooperate. We will continue to work to overcome this problem. While we have made consistent progress, more work needs to be done. We have been very efficient to date in the expenses incurred, and by our estimates, we are well under $20,000 to date.
Okay, so that was pretty much the report on Henyard. And I mean, I think the walls are closing in. The walls are closing in, man. But let's see what Henyard has to say on her little mayor report. Then we're going to go further. We're going to go a little bit deeper into this rabbit hole because there's a few more things that happened in this meeting. Now, remember, Jedediah started this meeting out a little feisty. He was like, everybody turn your back in solidarity, right? Everybody was quick to do that. Just keep that in mind. Let's get through the business first.
At the end of the day, you go home to your loved ones. Them the ones that care about you. Them the ones that uplift you. Them the ones that will always bring you through a storm. Don't connect with messy people because misery needs company. And that's what we tend to forget. When people look at us, and especially our residents, you guys are our seniors. So when we look at you as the youth, we look at what will we look forward to. You have to be the example. You cannot just be a person that's just keeping up chaos. We would never follow chaos. The youth look for guidance. The youth look for growth, and the youth look for somebody that they can utilize as a mentor. And I wish that certain people would do that. As relates to safety,
she's throwing stones.
Safety is my number one priority.
She's saying you guys are old and you should know better. You're making a bad show for the kids. Henyard is such a disrespectful fuck. If you guys notice that, she's a bratty, disrespectful fucking person. I'm not going to use that word, but you talk like this to people, and then you wonder why you end up in the positions that you may end up in. And I'm telling you, she's not going to end up in a good position. You talk to people like this, you're going to get stabbed in the back really quickly. I mean, it's liable to happen to anybody. But you act like this, shit, it's so easy for somebody to do it to you.
I don't care what anybody says on this board or anyone gets to the mic and talk about, because we care about safety. We do whatever we need to do to make sure the residents are safe and that we are safe as well. So if that means we have to have metal detectors, we will do that. And we do that in the sense of making sure when people come in this building, you coming in and everybody will be safe along the way. I hate when trustees sit up here and say that I don't know why we have metal detectors. Everybody know why we have it. If you pay attention to the crowd, like one young lady got up and said at the podium that everybody is hostile. People are disrespectful. People say all kinds of things in that crowd. I don't sit down there, but I do hear about it.
So you're scared,
So
huh?
all I'm saying to you guys is you have to be respectful amongst each other.
So she's scared, Maybe don't be a bitch and, You won't have to be too scared of nobody, you know? It's just a thought. It's just a thought because she's so disgusting to everybody. What do you expect? Nobody's going to do nothing. I keep saying nobody's going to do nothing to you, sweetheart. Miss Tiffany Henyard. Nobody's going to do nothing to you. They might spit at you. That might be the worst that happens. But I guess you could consider that assault. They might assault you by spitting on you, but I don't see anything past that, to be honest. Nobody is going to jail over a Tiffany Henyard, okay? So you could do away with the fucking metal detectors.
Let's move forward. Go ahead. Is there a motion to pay the AP warrant list?
Yes, Mayor, I have another superseding motion.
Okay.
This will be approving the bills as read with the following removals. These are the same individuals that were removed in the previous month, so this is nothing new, just a matter of record. So approving the bills as read, removing page 5, Delgado Law Group, $119,620.81. Page 5, existing concrete, $14,123.03. Page 6, 5-star, $122,325. Page 7, John's Pro Trees, $155,000 even. Page 8, K&M Ventures, $183,950. Page 8, Lopez Lawn Maintenance, $10,050. Page 9, Mosca Design, $65,700. Page 11, Raul and Sons, $181,950. And page 13, White Coat Pool Solutions, $34,788.58. My motion is to approve the bills with the following items removed.
Same thing. It's nothing new. The first is food. Now it's a bunch of concrete, a bunch of materials. Listen, Henyard is trying to be smooth and sneaky with this shit, but she's not. It's not working. And now that these bills are piling up, people are gonna look into them even more. Why the fuck aren't they passing? What's the problem with them? She's creating a ticking time bomb, and her lawyer is shutting the fuck up and waiting for that retainer because things are going to get real, and he's really going to be working. He sees what's happening. The funniest part about this, even Henyard's lawyer sees what's happening, and you know what he's doing? Not a damn fucking thing. You can't control someone. You only could suggest things to them.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh God, Miss Kiana Belcher,
on
chill, ma'am. Relax, ma'am.
this page where enterprise fleets. I know that the gentleman has stated that the payments were delinquent, and I asked for a copy of the leases. We approved this in September 7th of 2021. Based on because I went back to look at the YouTube, we approved to trade out the vehicles. The vehicles that we have, because we currently had at that time 46 vehicles. You guys have bought 30 new vehicles, which totaled $1,105,000 and some change.
30 new vehicles. I don't know if maybe one or two vehicles maybe slipped over to boyfriend, or maybe a vehicle never got bought and a couple thousand got shifted over into a bank account. We don't know. Just saying.
My question to that was, and I asked I don't know what Devontae's title is at this point, but I asked in reference to did we turn in some vehicles, because when I looked at the meeting, it said based on we were going to be turning in vehicles for the lease for the fleets. None of the guy, Christopher Fry, who emailed me back, said that none of the vehicles was turned in. So if we didn't turn in any vehicles and we purchased 28 new vehicles, because that's what the exact total is, 28 new vehicles, where are those old vehicles?
So why don't you think we have the old vehicles?
You said what?
I said, why you don't think we have the old vehicles?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked me that. I was asking a question, but the reason I'm asking that is because by
historically, if you're selling anything, it should go through the board. Because in 2021, you put that you were selling some stuff in the basement and you bought it in front of us and said, this stuff is a surplus, you know, that we have to go in front of the body to sell stuff. But y'all been selling these cars on govdeals.org and it hadn't
Oh,
came across the
shit.
board.
First of all,
Govdeals.org. And I mean, the silence is deafening. I think Henyard's over here processing what she's about to say. You know, small things, folks. What I tell you, will a few cars go missing? What's the big deal? We're rich. Gang, money signs, bitch. We don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Come on now.
It hadn't came across the board.
first of all, we didn't sell anything from out of the
A
basement.
lie. I got it. Her name is
We did not
Molly.
sell anything from out of the basement. When you guys said you did not want to
didn't say-
clean, hold on, you did. When you
I
guys said you did not want to clean Village Hall, that's right when I got in office, all that trash, all that junk, whether it was couches, furniture, is still down there now. So we did not. As relates to vehicles, that would be Keith Freeman question, because he the one handles the vehicles, as you know this already. But no, but you know all this already. So when we get to the board meeting, I don't understand why we grandstand.
Oh, I knew it was
and I
coming.
quote, you spoke to Keith Freeman. So if you guys have that type of rapport, why don't you do that before you get here instead of putting on a show? And you would have got your...
She gets so hot when you start calling bullshit. So, all right. So we have cars being sold. You know, we have Henyard over here acting a damn fool. Let's skip up though, because she gets kind of hot. This is where you start seeing the cracks. They say black don't crack, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Henyard is starting to crack. And the cracking is happening.
Then when they give you the answer, you don't come back and clear it up. Just like the news don't. When they make a mistake, they just leave a mistake out there about whatever they said about a person. It's the same thing. But we can do better if we want better. But y'all don't want better. Y'all want to keep confusion up and chaos. And I'm tired of it. Y'all got to want to show the public that we can work together.
Her voice is so fucked up that it's squeaking the mic. That's her anger right now is making the mic rip hell from her. It's going crazy.
We, us, had a board meeting. Think about it. We only see each other once a month. That's it. Once a month we see y'all. I don't see y'all at the grocery store. I don't see y'all at the gas station, at Walgreens. Hold on. I'm not done. I don't see y'all nowhere in the city that you so-called supposed to live in.
It's not a back and forth.
Wow.
Don't. So all I'm saying to you guys is y'all gotta really, really want more than just creating a whole negative narrative every single time it's a board meeting. And that's why I normally don't give this any attention or time at this moment. I go, let y'all vote, because you guys already got your mind made up. It's my Open Meetings Act. How y'all voting the same? That means y'all met, talked about it, came up with a plan, came here, y'all all vote together. No matter what we say, even if we answered the question, you still vote against whatever we gave you the answer to. So it can't just be your way. It can't just be y'all right and we wrong. It don't work that way. We give you the facts, we give you the truth, and you guys still keep the turmoil going. We got to say enough is enough, and we got to move forward. And I get it, it's election time. Everybody got a voice. Everybody want to say something. Well, y'all could have been doing more work.
And see, that's what threatens her as well. Yeah, you know, it's election time. Everybody has an opinion. And yeah, guess what they do? And yeah, guess what? They want to take your fucking spot. And guess what? One of these people, either it be Ed Steve or Mr. House or somebody completely different from off the entire staff, I shouldn't say staff, from the entire board, they're going to replace you. And you're probably going to end up in jail. I don't see a light where she's not in jail, folks. It's actually crazy. We'll see what the investigation leads to. I could be totally wrong, and I'll admit if I'm wrong. But guess what? I'm 90% sure if she's not going to jail, she will end up fighting some sort of a serious legal battle. But anyways, let's end things off with a little something interesting. Okay, remember they took the Henyard and that creepy trustee, they took the trip down to Vegas? Well, we have some closing comments, and Mr. Jedediah pulls up. And he has a few words about that also. Let's see what he has to say.
Be very specific. I was a little upset and frazzled earlier. I'm just going to be very specific. First of all, I want to give kudos to your staff. Everybody finally seemed to have gained a mind of their own for the most part. And the respect that's given is the respect that's reciprocated. We could have been here a long time ago. Definitely shocked and proud to see Brother Stan Brown, because I was ashamed to be a Brown, but it seems like you're finally catching up. And literally, I think that what the people are asking for is not unreasonable. And it is really interesting to see somebody sitting in the people's business speaking about not being prepared to answer questions of an elected official. And to think that they can do that with an attitude or sass or zestiness is a little disrespectful. And so I would encourage Mr. Freeman to make sure that the next time you come, you do like Kiana and just bring all your damn files. And then the last thing that I'm gonna say is I didn't notice that my good fellow advocate Andrew Holmes was in the building. And that's why literally
so Andrew Holmes is the guy. I mean he's a clean shaven, afro having, interesting looking fellow. And I always say, if you have the inkling, if you have the feeling that someone's a little creepy, they probably are. So stay the fuck away. I'm not trying to put that on no one, but I mean, stereotypes exist for a reason. I'm going to just say that. I'll say it again. Stereotypes exist for a fucking reason. Okay. Now, if you think this guy is creepy, you don't have to be mean. Just stay away. But let's see what he has to say about him. I don't know if this is true. This story has been circulating for a while, but I want to see you guys comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this individual.
I wish that I would have looked up before I read the statement, because as it relates to you, you're the reason that I'm here. And you're the reason that everybody is going through what they're going through as it relates to an advocate, because you're supposed to be one. But you've been accused of something that's very shameful. And the least you could have done is given us a very basic and comprehensive statement, literally giving sympathy and understanding to a survivor, be it that you felt that it was true or not. And you could have at least declared your innocence, which noted you haven't done. And so I'm simply asking you right now, because me sitting here looking at your face, I'm utterly disgusted. Because how dare you take your ass back outside and stand with any family when there's a woman with a child that's waiting on a response from you, literally as an elected official and as an advocate about what you did. Was it consensual? Was it not? Did you rape that woman? Did you put something in her drink? And damn it, you gonna answer, and you gonna answer me. Promise you that.
Well, man, we recognize. You know, I'm gonna.
Hey, out of order.
He said, I'm gonna, sir. First of all, I would say, don't you dare call me a mother effing R word or something. But he said, I'm gonna. That's not the response we were looking for, sir.
I'm gonna.
Look at him over here like he's actually gonna do something, sir. This is a 27, 28-year-old man. Sit your ass down. You're going to get washed. I'm sorry.
Hey. Out of order. You out of order. You out of order. Hey.
House came through like, hey. Now, House might, House not going to let that shit happen. That's funny. Hold on.
Hey. Out of order. You out of order. You out of
House was like he was like a linebacker. He was like, nope. Where you going?
order. Hey. See?
Jedediah got a little heated though. Look at him in the corner though. Look at Keith Freeman holding on to. Look at him holding on to Henyard. This shit is crazy. They shouldn't charge him with anything. He didn't do anything. He just talked shit. Man, free my boy Jedediah. That shit was crazy. I ended the live stream last night before this shit happened. A little too soon, but free my boy Jedediah. He's probably out already. Shout out his channel. But it's a lot of things, and I like that everybody is finally calm enough. That last meeting was just complete chaos, and I think everybody was able to just calm their nerves a little bit. I think this was a constructive meeting, you know, especially when they brought up situations about FOIA not being responded to and how they're going to move forward next to get the information. Because once the FBI gets the information and they start to trickle things out, everybody's going to have the information. The floodgates will open. But anyways, people, I love you guys, man. You guys are fucking awesome. You guys are fucking amazing. 26,000 strong. We're almost at 27,000. Listen, give me the 30K, like right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, share, do all that great shit. I never say it, but you know, every once in a while, you know, hit the like button, subscribe, share, you know, do that cool shit. If you've been watching my shit for a while and you're not subscribed, subscribe for me. We try and get to 30K. I love you guys, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys are amazing. I'm out of here. Stay inside, stay safe. Deuces.